And joining us in the studio now is Andreas-Bremer, Managing Director of the Institute for Automotive Research. So have you already booked your very own Greenster?
I think I'll wait a little longer. But it is a fascinating car. I absolutely like it. What really is interesting is that they're talking about a range for 300 kilometers now. I wonder if that's true in everyday life or just on a test drive. So we'll have to see. But nonetheless, I think it's a very interesting car.
A very expensive one. Also, 180,000 euros a car. Who can afford that?
Well, not many people, obviously. But then there's only one so far. Maybe if they produced 100,000 of them, they'd be cheaper.
Okay. Well, the price seems to be quite a problem, though, amongst others. And here's actually what some people we asked about their take on green cars had to say.
It should have a lot of horsepower. It has to deliver. But it should also be environmentally sound. And there need to be other options for recharging it, not just plugging it in at home.
I'll ride my bike. I don't see the point of green cars.
It makes sense. For the environment, it just makes sense.
If green fuel became cheaper, and the car, and the associated costs, if they were all lower, then I'd switch.
So, interest obviously is there, but the price plays a big role, as we said. And then infrastructure has been mentioned several times. So when do you think the infrastructure will be ready?
Oh, that'll be quite a while, I'm afraid. I mean, look at gas engines, how long it has taken them to come up with enough gas stations so you don't really have to sit down for 2 days before you can plan a trip. So it has gotten better, but it's still not easy. But if you're driving an electrical car, well, there are a lot of problems involved. First of all, I can't think of any. I come from Essen, and I can't think of any any power station, or what would I say? Gas station, power station?
Yeah, where you can fill up your battery, replace it, or something like that. Yeah.
So that's really a major problem. And of course, costs have to come down. They have to come down to a level of roughly 25,000 euros, which is what we're paying in Germany now for a new car.
Well, what's interesting, we heard in the report that although the inventor works for Porsche, Porsche is not involved in the actual car, in the development of it. And that somehow fits. Other big companies, car companies on both sides of the Atlantic, also lost out on the hybrid. Here, Japan is in the lead. So why do big car companies seem to be so dismissive about green car technologies?
Well, I don't know if they're really dismissive of the technology itself, but you're talking about a high-risk investment, and currently nobody wants to invest anything if they're not sure it's a good bet. I think the hydrogen engine we talked about a few years ago was supposed to be the leading technology of this time now. Well, it's not. So let's hope that we're not sleeping on this one as well as we have on the past.
Okay, Andreas-Bremer, thank you very much for joining us.